Fellow Toastmasters, yes, Nancy, is that right? It's fun being with you last week. In addition to forgiveness, to serving others and helping with domestic violence and healing, I want to add an important third piece this morning to what we can do to improve things at any level, local, state, national, indirectly even global. But first, I have got to ask a question. How did things get so screwed up? I mean, they are really screwed up. I mean, we have these self-promoting politicians, not all of them, but a lot of them, of both parties, posturing, arguing, dissing anyone that disagrees with them, seeking to destroy their political opponent. And nobody's governing well today. Now this can't last. It's going to give way to something. In Latin America or Asia, sometimes it gives way to dictators. In the West, it more gives way to new ideas by more cute or smart or eloquent politicians that hook people on the latest idea. Well, today, as John said, for my 27 years as a naval officer, in which we jokingly talked about, we're here to defend democracy, not practice it. And also, for my last year's experience, on a boring January night, I went down to a political caucus meeting and accidentally got elected as a state delegate to the Colorado State Convention. That'd be a speech in itself. But out of that experience, I want to bring you into some of the complicated issues we face and give you these three keys. So just today's paper. State pot sales at $6 billion, adult use up. And we need more legislation to shape that, and these three keys will help with that. Senate passes public lands bill. Parents deserve choice in child sex education. Democrats in 2020 are at risk of turning into 2016 Republicans. GOP reveals a troubling split. New political divide. Capital versus countryside. Colorado legislature opens with new powers and old problems. It just goes on and on. So, but now you've got to be asking, what in the heck are these three keys? They're very simple. They're very simple. First key, freedom. That's what our lifestyle is built upon in this country. Second key, responsibility. The more people are responsible, the more freedom they can have. Third key, support. You can't live in a society of freedom and responsibility and ignore the people that struggle in their lives or live up to this. So you need protection. And the keys are simple to consider. Freedom, we all love freedom. We all love having the latitude and the space and the opportunity to be who we are, whether we're an INFJ or an ENTJ or an ESPN. Obviously, our laws and procedures in the city and the county and the nation and on the roads create a framework for freedom to work for everybody, so nobody has to get run over. Then there's responsibility. A lot of our laws and ordinances promote responsibility. And if you're not responsible, sometimes your freedom gets shrunk. It's really shrunk if you're in prison. The third key is protection. And often, when people are protected, whether they're children or high school kids or adults, they get to recover and then become free productive citizens. And it's interesting as you watch the political turbulence, it's not just that the Democrats are for freedom and the Republicans are for responsibility, or the bleeding hearts are for protection. Everybody wants to protect something, and everybody wants to be protected themselves. So the answer is not to vote out these people and vote in these people. The answer is to apply these three keys to all governance and all legislation. And I hope by now you're already thinking about, wow, some issues I'm concerned about. We need more freedom for responsible people to contribute and provide for the protection of the weak and vulnerable. And each one of them are equally important, and you can start at either one and get to the other two. Freedom, responsibility, and protection. In conclusion, I encourage each one of you to begin to think about these three keys and use them to unlock in your neighborhood, in your city, in the county, in the state, nationally, better thinking leading to better dialogue and debate, leading to better legislation and ordinances and commitments on small scales all the way up to the largest scale. So we're going to have a hell of a year next year in 2020. So don't turn off the TV and have a whiskey at the pub. Think and contribute to the end of freedom, responsibility, and protection across our land. Mr. Customers.